YNW Melly hopes that a new lawsuit filed on his behalf gets him out of prison. The lawsuit accuses the Broward Sheriff's Office of cruel treatment and violating his constitutional rights. The rapper, whose real name is Jamel Demons, is accused of murdering two of his childhood friends back in 2018. Now, he hasn't been able to see or speak to any of his family members for the last 3 years, according to the lawsuit.
I can get the shorter cord, because right there. You can get the longer cord.
Look, he finna be texting like this.
I'm good right here. Look, the cord. He finna be texting like that.
That's not the music cord. The music cord is a short right.
YNW Melly's mother, Jamie King, is suing the Broward County to have her son, YNW Melly, released from jail today. As a new report would share, YNW Melly sues Broward Sheriff's Office for cruel treatment and is seeking immediate release from prison. Melly also claims that they have not allowed him to see or speak with family members in 3 years. As news outlets share that YNW Melly has been living in a freezing cold jail cell with no edible food or even any human contact for multiple years. It was even shared an interview from YNW Melly's mother paints a disturbing photo of YNW Melly's life in jail, making it sound like he will not last much longer. As during the interview, she was ranting over the fact that YNW Melly was granted a mistrial, essentially beating the case, but he is still left in jail. No bail or house arrest grant was ever granted, and he's not even allowed to use a phone or look at mail inside a jail.
My son has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to just to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail, they don't give it to him.
As Jamie King would end up revealing, she is absolutely heartbroken for her son. She feels helpless because he's not even being treated like a human.
When you saw Melly's statement, just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life, as a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We've tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to answer to someone too.
We even caught a glimpse of how scared YNW Melly's mother is for him, as during the original trial, he was granted the mistrial. Then his lawyers requested Melly to receive a bond out of jail or even house arrest immediately after, but sadly the judge denied it instantly and said that YNW Melly must return to jail, causing his mother to break down into tears. This then led into Melly asking her if she was okay.
Sorry.
You'll just... Don't do it.
This then even got the attention of rappers in the industry. Rap OG Boosie would end up speaking on the stress that Melly's mother has been going through, and it explains why she wants him out of jail so badly.
Okay, so
then I met his mama while he was in.
Oh, okay.
I met his mom while he was in, and she real, bro. You know, she real.
She's stressed out. I heard she had a...
Yeah, she real, and I reached my hand out to him, cause I'm real. Yeah, I reached out to him, bro. I met his mom, and she a good woman, bro. And when I see them mamas like that, it remind me of what my mom was going through, bro.
As YNW Melly's jail situation is a result of what the prosecutors have been doing to Melly in court. When the new lead prosecutor submitted his new evidence files to the judge, they were extremely concerning, starting with the most important piece of new evidence, which is what was the motive. As YNW Melly was very close with late King Von leading into Melly's arrest. Recently, a rogue O-Block member who was once very close with King Von shared a secret that YNW Melly told Von, where he explains that Melly was asking King Von for advice on how to handle a situation when your two best friends are coming after you for financial gain and essentially trying to rob money out of your own business.
Did Von really tell you that Melly told him that he was two friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, you know, if you know, when people could say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Vern was mad at me. Bro, why you put up there, bro? Walk the bam. I'm like, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his two friends? And he said, them was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still around them?
As allegedly Sack Chaser and Juvie were going after Melly for financial gain. You see, the collective YNW is actually a company registered under an LLC. YNW Melly would perform concerts, sell merch, meet and greets, etc., raising money for the company and having all of the money funneled into the LLC bank account. Allegedly, YNW, Sack Chaser, and Juvie saw YNW as a 25 split, meaning everyone gets 25% of the company, also getting 25% of the money that's in there. But Melly was doing all the work, and he didn't want to split all the money, which is allegedly what resulted in the motive. Now, when you pair this with the evidence that was found on Melly's cell phone, it gets very bad, where he ended up sending a text message hours after the crime, admitting to it.
The PT Gambino account asked him if he was okay, and his response was, "I did that," and placed a smiley face emoji.
And the next message from 10/26/2018 at 16:02 from Eastern Standard Time. The YNW Melly account says what?
After that, SHHHH.
But also found on Melly's cell phone was a saved video from somebody's Facebook Live, where it shows YNW Melly and Bortland's reaction to the crime only 6 hours after it was done in a parking lot.
Melly still turned regardless of what happened this early morning. He's still out here being very positive. Turned still. Hey! The dog still turned, regardless of what happened. You already know.
Showing not a single ounce of sadness for the passing of their two best friends. Knowing how YNW Melly handled it emotionally as well as what the motive was, the lead prosecutor then dove deep into the physical evidence of the crime, such as the Jeep that they were driving in. As during the original trial, Sergeant Williams shared, there's no way this could have been a drive-by, and the person that must have committed the crime had to have been sitting in the back left seat of the car.
Assignment, which is to determine if this is a drive. And my determination was that this is not a drive-by, and it's based upon this picture here, which is a very good picture to describe it. All of these rounds are done. One is done at a stationary position. At a stationary position when all but one of these rounds are going in. The one round that has some movement in it, which is round site L here. The actually moving in that to create the little bit of a that you see there.
Okay, a lot of information in that answer, so let's break it down a little bit. You mentioned so I'm gonna zoom in on site F. Number, you said 17 outside the car. How many rounds were inside of the car?
3.
And can you exclude the for Mr. Williams and Mr. Thomas as coming from outside of the car?
Yes. From the driver's side back seat.
As to the shot that was Christopher Thomas, where did that emanate from?
Driver's side back seat.
Okay. Is it possible for there to have been 2 inside that car?
No.
Why not?
There is no time.
As with Williams revealing the crime must have happened inside of the vehicle they were driving in, this is when YNW Juvie's mother went to the stand to share who was exactly sitting in that seat.
And are you related to one of the kids in this case?
Yes, I am.
How so?
I'm his mother.
And who is that?
Christopher Thomas.
Ms. Phillips, did you see who entered into the occupants who entered into that gray Jeep?
Mm-hmm.
And is that a yes?
Yes.
Do you recognize where your son entered that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Which seat, if you can identify for the jury?
He got in the back seat on the right hand side.
Did you recognize the individual that got into the back seat on the left side, the rear driver's side?
Yes.
And who was that individual?
Jamel.
And Jamel, is that the defendant, Jamel Demons?
Yes, ma'am.
As while the prosecutors were working on building his case to prove Melly's guilt, YNW Melly's lawyers were working on getting him released on a bond. As a report would state, YNW Melly's Double M retrial is now set for September 2025, as his mother Jamie King would give an update outside of the courthouse.
Free Melly till he's free. He's coming home, guys. Just patience. So we did have court today, him and Bort. They both had court. And so basically, the judge put a new trial date in for September 10th of 2025. Please make it make sense. I don't know. I don't know. At this point, they need to just dismiss the case. So, and yeah, he still doesn't have phone calls. Still no visitation. He's still in the new facility all alone by himself, no contact. He's not allowed to have contact with any other inmates. They move him around with several guards. It's like something you never...
It would then be reported shortly after the new judge hears YNW Melly's lawyers out on a bond release. With many moving pieces for the retrial, a delay is likely. Expect the rapper to be released soon. But the prosecutors, they didn't want him being released at all. This is where the courtroom got scary. The lead prosecutor would end up explaining to the judge that when the Florida Police Department arrested YNW Melly in Portland on February 13th, 2019, the police ever since day one knew that Melly did the crime. They even explained that Melly was granted a mistrial in the case on July 22nd, 2023, but has remained in jail ever since 2019. Meanwhile, YNW Portland was released on a bond only 3 days after the arrest in 2019. The police since day one have only ever wanted Melly. This even dates back to the crime where Portland was interrogated by police, where he hints towards him being the innocent one throughout the interview, with the police officer in the interview explaining he already kind of knows what happened.
And I'm driving, ducking for my life, trying to make sure I don't get hit. And you telling me, you telling me about shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. I'm driving. I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna be worried about? You know what I'm saying?
I know it's not for you to worry about.
Shit crazy, bro.
But if you tell me it happened there's gotta be some evidence there. There's gonna be broken glass, just like there's broken glass over here from when you guys open the doors and stuff like that. Okay, there's gonna be broken glass over there when the windows got out. There's gonna be casings from the people at your car. Okay, there's gonna be evidence over there. Okay, right now, there's nothing. I kind of think I know what happened because I got information.
As ever since the interrogation, Melly's been the main suspect while Portland has remained free. However, Melly's chances of receiving a house arrest grant has gotten better this week. Melly's been in jail for over 5 years. It's likely that it'll be granted, but there's only one thing left preventing it, as YNW Melly and Portland were just hit with new charges.
The state filing 6 new charges against Demons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a conviction. YNW Melly, his real name is Jamel Demons. He's actually in plain clothes in the courtroom for the first time in months, again, as this judge really starts the long process of seating a new jury.
As these charges are connected to YNW Portland's massive mistake. YNW Juvie's father would expose how Melly and Portland were witness tampering, and even what code words they used to make Melly's ex-girlfriend not testify against them.
Both Melly, Jamel Demons, YNW Melly, and Cortland Henry, who is known as YNW Portland, are now charged with witness tampering. It sounds like the prosecutors are saying there was this kind of crazy way that Melly was communicating. He wasn't allowed to use the phone, but he was passing notes to people, and then this person's calling this person and then that person.
Saying like to me, they going through extreme measures to try to cover up or convince people not to testify, like Mariah mom. They was using code words like Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's baby mom. And
then on top of that, it was announced that YNW Borland was arrested for more witness tampering, as well as evidence found inside of his home. As while he was outside, his house was raided by the feds and they found insane paperwork to use against him.
Melly's co-defendant YNW Borland was booked into a Miami jail Monday night and is being held behind bars on an out-of-county warrant. We just confirmed the warrant is out of Broward County for witness tampering. The warrant obtained by Law and Crime Network states as follows. On or about April 10, 2023, continuing through and including July 22, 2023, Cortland Henry, aka Bortland, along with others, did unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to cause or induce them to withhold testimony. The warrant continues the alleged witness had been summoned by the legal process to the jury trial of Jamel Demmons, aka YNW Melly. The dates in the warrant are important. Jury selection for Melly started in mid-April, and a judge declared a mistrial on July 22nd, the same day the warrant claims Bortland allegedly tampered with the witness.
As it was then announced, here are the images of alleged notes discovered during the home raid of YNW Bortland's home last week as filed into the Broward clerks, where you can see YNW Bortland drew out on a piece of paper where certain jurors were sitting during the original Melly trial, and even a description of what they looked like in their names. This is very serious for many different reasons. Say YNW Melly was sentenced to life in prison. Bortland could have given this piece of paper to anyone that could have got revenge against all these jurors for what they did to Melly. To understand how serious it is, here's DJ Academics' reaction.
To keep it real, this is sloppy. Bortland, how the f you gonna have the notebook of the jurors in your house? Like, god damn. Holy sh**. You know what I mean? Like, brother, like, come the f on. It's like doing a and having the surveillance tape in your DVD player or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like they raid your crib and the surveillance footage of the is in your DVD player. They be like, oh, okay, thank you, brother. This can't be at your crib.